Hug some neck, you guys. It is night 1 of Hanukkah. I hope you're doing well. I've been ritualing. I've got some Frylock that I'm jamming out to. And I lit my candles and I did all the prayers and the songs. And now we're here for our weekly romance oracle reading with the Romance Angels Oracle and clarifying with the Tarot of the Psychic Heart by John Holland. And I'm excited to say that the first card out was "It is safe for you to love." So thank God, right? We can just let our guards down. You know, oh my gosh, and express your love as well. So we've been going through a lot of healing and a lot of transition, a lot of transformation. And oh, by the way, I have been ritualing. So I have been drinking mulled wine. So I have wine teeth right now. I'm a little lit, you know, name of the Lord. Baruch atah. So yeah, anyway, we're going into this new cycle, and so we've been working through a lot of pattern breaking and self-realization and awakening. And so we might feel just a bit skittish coming out of like a rebirth, you know, trying it all again, or, you know, trying to approach romance and partnership and just generally speaking our love relationships, you know, family, friends, coworkers, whatnot, in a new way, and feeling like we can let our guard down in a different way with a different consciousness. Like with the difficult people in our lives, it's like, how can we find a way to coexist in unity while still maintaining our individualism and holding space for the other without separation and division, whilst also protecting your feelings? Like, what if we could just live and let live, and no matter what, like what someone was projecting on you, if you just be like, all right, cool, thanks. And then what if it just didn't affect you at all? Like, can you imagine? Wouldn't that be amazing? Wouldn't that be freeing? So as we're going forward, in order to embody this new higher level of consciousness, it's like we've got to make conscious decisions to just move forward in that direction. And we're the only ones that are going to be taking those steps, maybe, right? You know, and we're the only people in our movie that are responsible for taking these spiritual actions. We cannot expect other people, like when we're approaching our spiritual growth and our spirituality and our soul growth, the focus is not what other people need to do to change, to make me more comfortable and make it all more palatable for me. It is, okay, whatever given challenge is showing up in any given situation, how is the Creator asking me to strengthen myself or have deeper understanding or compassion? How am I being asked to transform, right? What part of me what is being triggered needs healing or adjusting? So, you know, we're looking at these things and we're moving forward. And so familiar feelings might come up, familiar dynamics or paradigms might present themselves and invite you in to be like, you can continue on in this scene work, you know, but you could do something else. You could go off script. And so that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to see those moments where there's a Y in the road, and we could continue on those old default settings, or we could go off script and choose a new direction. And so it is safe for you to love. When you go into these similar arenas with similar characters and you know things are going to come up, you have to go in with a new consciousness, and you have to go in with a strong and courageous heart, and you have to be willing to try to find a new way forward. That's not all or nothing. That's not division or, you know, separation or complete merging. It's like we need to find unity whilst holding space for our differences. That's the major theme here. Now, as it pertains to like individual, like one-on-one relationship scenarios, we have to believe that it can be safe for us to love in order to open up our heart chakras again, whether that be with friends or with family or with potential lovers. If our heart chakra is closed off, then it's closed off. It doesn't matter to which group or which individual it's closed off to. It's like we're shutting down. And that cavity of resentment, or let's just call it separation, is creating division and separation in other areas. Like, generally speaking, it's just it's causing dissonance with what you want to resonate with that unconditional love, with that joy that you want to call in. So trying to go forward in a way where it's like you adjust your expectations of others, and you adjust your source of validation to source, and you don't need anything from anyone else ever. Because when we go into relationships looking for something and we need something and we're in a taker consciousness, that's when we get frustrated and depleted. But when we go in and we're just neutral and we're not looking for anything, or we have no expectation, it's like there's more of an open channel. Now, it is safe for you to love does not mean have no boundaries, be completely open and vulnerable and letting someone walk all over you, being open to manipulation. You know, it's having all of the wisdom and discernment that we've learned up until now, and leaning on that, and also having fortitude and backbone to set the boundaries and keep them in order to take care of ourselves and protect ourselves, so that we can be open in a conscious way when people are safe to come in, right? Because we can't shut everyone out. There are good relationships that could flourish and blossom, but we have to be willing to melt the ice away and the walls away and the protective devices and the defense mechanisms that are blocking love. And that starts with just feeling safe to explore the possibilities of love, right? And you go slow and with people, with what you'll open up and trust them with, right? And then gradually over time, you test the waters and you give people what they've earned, the trust level that they've earned, right? So it is safe for you to love. Open your heart and to give and receive the highest energy of all. Wonderful. Okay, we're gonna pull more clarification cards on that after. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Okay, so maybe, if someone sparked your interest, maybe you should kind of put the feelers out, put the hints out, drop the handkerchief, do a little flirting and see what happens. Sometimes people don't know unless it's demonstrated. And sometimes flirting, if you're too subtle, for some people they're too shy and they need something more consistent and more obvious, but not too broad, not don't get crass, don't throw yourself out at people and be really basic, but maybe someone needs a little encouragement if you like them and you're I think maybe there's chemistry there, and they're maybe not doing anything, maybe they're just shy and they're don't want to take the risk until they know that it's it's going to be probably a safe to approach kind of thing. So express your love, see what happens. All right, what else for this week? It's good to note that one of the gifts of Hanukkah, when we celebrate the Hebrew holidays, the high holidays, the holy holidays, they have these historical events connected to them, but the historical event was only possible on that day because underlying all of it throughout history, even before that event, there exists these open windows and portals of time and space throughout the year that open us up to more direct and particular connections with the light of the Creator. And so during Hanukkah, it's a particular kind of light that comes down to earth and meets us here where we're at in our challenges, in the mud, on the earthly plane. And so the gift of Hanukkah is that by the simple act of lighting the candle and connecting with nothing but the light, your attention is on the light. It's not who has what. It's not the conflict and division around you. It's not what you're lacking. It's not what you perceive that you lack. You're focused on the light and the wholeness in that. And so we're drawing that in. And while we're looking at the light, where our consciousness is set on what is like one difficult challenge that we are going through at the moment. And this is what the consciousness lecture was with the East Coast broadcast of the Kabbalah Center tonight, which I thought it was so interesting because I didn't know any of the connection. I didn't make the connection, but all week long we've been talking about, for the last several episodes in our, on the channel, we've been talking about doing these like workshop exercises where we're trying to figure out what our blocks are, what challenges are associated with breaking through in our manifestations, which is exactly what we're talking about now. It's like one of the gifts of Hanukkah is like for the next 8 days, you can just focus and meditate on, gazing at the candle and connecting with the Creator and asking for enlightenment and light and guidance and strength and courage to meet these challenges in a way that will align you with the ultimate fulfilling path and direction in the situation. And the ultimate fulfillment will put you in that divine alignment with like your purpose, your like God-given purpose that's going to be the most resonant with you and the most fulfilling. I remember I used to be just so paranoid that going with God's divine plan was gonna like be so boring and like awful and like I wouldn't want to do it. And it was gonna be a big sacrifice and a big drag. And actually what I've learned is that it's actually the most fulfilling and exciting because it resonates with your most authentic, real you. It's what you're like put on this earth to be like and do and achieve and reveal. And it does not come without challenge. It is guaranteed to come with challenge. Challenge is part of growth, of spiritual ascension, of, name it prophets in the Bible who had it easy, who stayed home and obeyed their parents and nothing ever happened to them that was a challenge or like appeared to be a curse. Like tell me who had that easygoing lifestyle, who turned out to be some great prophet. There aren't any. Like, maybe there are. Please show them to me. Give me their compelling story. Even in marketing, it's the rags to riches tells that like get people like in tears and like want to like get on board, right? It's not like, well, everything was great and everything worked out perfect and I'm Tom Brady and I win the Super Bowl every year and I got to marry Giselle and I didn't even appreciate her and she divorced me. Bye. Oh my God, you deserve love. Hold on, what's going on right now? I hope y'all can hear the music. I don't know if you can, but I love it. I love Frylock. Okay, you deserve love. You are lovable. So again, like, it's safe to come out. Express this. And project that you are lovable, that like obviously like you deserve love. But like as a vessel, we cannot receive unless we believe ourselves on the deepest subconscious levels that we are worthy and deserving. That's the number one block to open ourselves up to receive. It's like we're like, oh no, I couldn't possibly, please don't help me, don't make a fuss, oh I can't take a compliment. Like those are, I don't deserve love. And so what we've been working on, all of us recently, is Tuesday's manifestation reading, activating the divine feminine of receiving. We cannot block ourselves off. Go watch that episode as a supplement for this card. But you deserve love. It's like we can do everything right. We can believe up in our frontal lobe. We can, feel passion for someone. We can take all the right actions according to every coach, nail it every time with like the perfect advice about the dating and the execution of like the interactions and the attraction. And you've read all the books about relationships and how to have healthy relationships. But if you don't, on a subconscious level, believe that you are worthy and deserving of love, then on a vibrational level, you won't resonate with what you're calling in, and your vessel will not resonate. It will not harmonize. What is that? Ugh, a horrible, horrible commercial. I feel violated by commercials. I tell YouTube that I like commercials for fashion and perfume and like previews for like awesome, like compelling television dramas and movies. But like, I hate most commercials. Okay, deserve love. We deserve love. All right. So yeah, anyway, during Hanukkah, we can connect with the light of the Creator to lead us and guide us through our challenges. And so, tonight, since we're doing our romance reading, if you have a candle to light a candle. The first year that I celebrated Hanukkah, I didn't have a menorah. So I just got a tub of like a Rubbermaid thing and then put rice in it and stuck some candles in it. Like one each night, I had the server candle that you light with, and like that's the one that's like higher up. It has to be higher up and separated from the other groups of 4. And then the first night you just do the one. But like you can just light a candle, do whatever. It's like about your intention that matters the most, and your consciousness and where that is. And so do some candle gazing, do some candlemancy tonight, and ask the Creator, thinking like looking at the light, and that is a tiny little spark of the Creator light, that fire is. So look at that light and connect with it, and ask the Creator to help you, give you guidance about your love life, and, to help you improve the way that you are showing up, right? And what you're bringing to the picture. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So again, like loving yourself, being a fan of yourself, being comfortable in your own skin. Loving yourself is not just being in love with yourself. It's following up on promises you make to yourself. It's investing in yourself. It's believing in yourself enough to do things that are difficult. It's believing in yourself and loving yourself enough to invest in things that require discipline and commitment and consistency. And that's not hard. But it's when you show up to yourself consistently and you keep your word to yourself and you follow through because you're worth it and you care about you, and you know that nobody else is going to do this for you. Nobody else is going to care about your life to make sure it happens for you. It's up to you. That's when you build trust in yourself. That's when you build self-esteem. That's when you build self-respect. That's when you build the big boundaries where you can say no. Oh, hell no. I worked hard for this. I'm not going to waste my time and resources on that. No way. No how. Not in alignment. And you have no problem with that, right? So investing in yourself, love yourself first. That love for yourself makes you attractive to someone else who loves themselves. And people who love themselves are healthy, or at least healthier, to be in relationship with, because they're not taking self-destructive, self-sabotaging action right and left, at least not as much as they would. We all do, but they're probably not. You're on a chaotic level of a spectrum according to like how much you love yourself, right? So a person who doesn't love themselves and feels like they don't deserve love, they're not going to make a good partner. They're going to go off and do reckless things, and they're going to do things that put themselves in compromising positions, and that's going to put the relationship in a compromised position, and they're not people that you can trust. So they don't know how to love themselves, so they don't know how to love other people, and they don't know how to allow another person to love them. So if you love yourself first, then you resonate with a different, like a love, like a consistent love. That's a seed level of love that does not come and go. And then that's stable and consistent. And it's like a radio wave. It puts out a signal that is strong enough and clear enough to resonate with another person who is resonating with self-love, right? And that's consistent and stable. That's a stable vibration. And so when you meet at that level, and then you start meeting at other levels too, it's like, oh, okay, then you can have like something that actually wants to sustain rather than something that's like takes, you know, moving mountains to hold it together, because it's just that there's no resonance, right? There's just chaos all the time because it's two different vibrations. Okay, awesome. So we're loving ourselves first. It's safe for us to love, express our love. We deserve love. And we believe that we deserve love the more that we invest in ourselves and show ourselves love. Okay, let's get a little bit of clarity on it is safe for us to love. What do we need to know here? What do we need to know about this message, that it is safe for us to love? Okay, giving and receiving. So 6 of Pentacles. So, you know, there's something here about equal reciprocity. Like, let that be a signal. Watch for something that is an equal give and take. That is how you know that that is at least one of the pieces of criteria that needs to be established to know that it is safe for you to love. If you are in a situation where it's unrequited, not safe for you to love. Wasting your resources, wasting your time. It's like you're throwing stuff at like a blank wall, right? The seeds are not going to take root. You're just throwing them down the drain. So start by at least figuring out, okay, what is equal reciprocity, equal give and take. The sacral chakra came up with this. So that also has to do with what leads into our feeling of security, because right underneath this is our root chakra. Our root chakra is connected to our feelings of security and stability. Right above the sacral chakra is our feeling of, it's our sacral chakra. It's our feeling of confidence and self-assuredness and willpower. And so in between that is like this processor that holds our guilt and our shame and our sense of deservingness, right? And so shame and guilt, they're exactly linked and connected to our sense of deservingness and our sense of deserving love. So in order to start healing that sense of deservingness, we have to let go of that. And that's in our sacral chakra, which is in our lower belly. It's in the area of like our reproductive organs. And that is where we hold it's like where the astral realm is associated, the element of water, our dreams, the psychic realms, astral realms, our imagination. But yes, we need to offload our guilt and our shame there. There was something else I wanted to say. I mean, just think about that. Like the stomach is kind of associated with that realm too. And it's like the stomach gives and takes, and it's a channel that like sustenance flows through, right? So the more we let go of our guilt and shame, I think it was, okay, so the subconscious realm also. So subconscious patterns, right? Unconscious beliefs and things might be coming up. Earlier in the week, some of our other readings talked about the imagination pushing forward and showing us things that are lurking in the subconscious that are blocking our ability to give and receive. So, you know, looking at what is coming up in the subconscious is going to offload all the things that are affecting our safety to love, right? Because even if we are in a situation with a person who is maybe safe for us to love, if we haven't overcome our codependent patterns or like gotten some level of awareness with them, it's like we don't permanently get over anything 100%, but we need to have some kind of level of awareness so that we're not completely driven by that. If we're still completely in the darkness about our codependency and we're still completely addicted, then it's not safe for us to love yet, right? And so, you know, we need that kind of, you know, balanced approach, right? Okay, and so that's part of this healing. All right. Let's see. Okay, express your love. We need some advice on this. I wonder who we're expressing our love to. Helpless and hopeless. So, 8 of Swords. So it's so funny. It's like this, it's almost like this, there's either we or the other is like feels like I don't know even what to do. I'm just like, I feel like I'm in the barren wasteland. I don't know how to approach a situation. This is a mountain for me to overcome. But there's light on the other side of it, I think. I don't know, just helpless and hopeless. This is 8 of Swords. This is when we feel trapped and in bondage and threatened and, you know, tied up and held, and we don't know what to do. And it's a lower octave of the Devil card. And in the traditional tarot, it has someone who's like loosely like tied up, and they're standing in like a puddle, and it's like hinting that like tide is coming, but like there's plenty of time to get away. And there's swords around the person as if they're encaptured and like caged in by them, but it's like open. They can just like walk away. They're not even like, their feet aren't even tied up. It's just like, what are you, like, you're putting your own self in the situation. It's like, you can get out of this situation. All you have to do is just like walk out of it. Like, you're just being helpless and hopeless. You're not like getting, you know. So in order, or maybe the other person feels helpless and hopeless too. Maybe you're both feeling helpless and hopeless and no one's making a move. So express your interest, express love, right? Because maybe, you know, if you have like a mutual thing, if you have a mutual crush, but you both feel like you're in a situation right now where you're like helpless and hopeless, and you're like, I don't deserve this, I just can't. Like, then you're just going to be stuck in this situation, in this dry spell desert over here. It's cuffing season. I never knew about that until like somebody told me about that a couple of years ago. I was just like, what? Oh my God. But I guess it makes sense. It's like people want dates this time of year, and it's cuddle times. It's all cold out. They're in the mood for relationships. So this is a very good time of year. If you're trying to get into a relationship, people are like really open to it right now. Okay. You deserve love. Let's get some more insight on this. Just breathe. So 4 of Swords, this is about healing and just taking it easy for a minute and chilling out and resting. And basically, you don't want to create from a seed level of not deserving love or a state of lack, because then you're going to attract in someone who is not good for you, who's just going to be looking to take from you, and who's not going to actually care about you. They're just going to be looking for the hookup. So you want to be getting into a seed level of consciousness of I deserve love. I am worthy of love. I deserve good. And so then that will attract in more resonant people, or at the very least, it will allow you to be able to like swat the flies that do not resonate. Because when you're a bright light, you're just going to attract moths and bugs and all that to the front porch light, right? You know, and so it's almost like these little dots, right? So she's like, no, go away, those of you who are not good for me. Get away, playa. Job ass fool. I'm not going to suffer these fools. So, and you're, just breathe. Take a breath, let things heal and feel very deeply in your worth, and then go out there and create from that seed level. And then seek. Oh, there you go. Hermit. So it's not get out there and seek ye first. It's seek ye first the kingdom within, right? So get into a state of deserving, get into a state of deep fulfillment on your own, in a state of independence. And then you can call in something that is going to be healthy and interdependent and not full of chaos and like all kinds of like, I don't know, terrible negative cycles of emotions all the time. This is the Hermit card. So this is just a period of, you know, embracing solitude, but like conscious solitude. And this isn't necessarily long periods of time. This is just like, you know, maybe this is, you know, a brief period of just being with yourself, to go deep, to introspect. And that way, you know, you can take that higher consciousness out into the world with you as you go forward, and you can like be the light bearer for others as well. And, you know, you can bring that wisdom and that discernment into your dating lives. All right. Okay, love yourself first. It's pretty self-explanatory, but let's not be arrogant. Okay, believe and succeed. So love yourself first, believe you deserve love, and you will be victorious. Believe and succeed. This is 6 of Wands. This is the card of victory, of persevering, of overcoming, of being the winner that comes out on top. So the more that you love yourself, the more attractive you are. And the more you love yourself, the higher, you know, the more you will expect for yourself, right? And so the more you will get in return for that, you know, the more that you expect to have, you know, integrity and respect, and, you know, someone who's your equal, you're equally yoked with, it's like you will call that in. And if you love yourself first, then you'll be able to hold the space for that until something that really resonates is there. Otherwise, you know, like sometimes we will allow things that aren't in alignment to come in because we're anxious, right? And we want something now. But being strong and waiting and being, you know, real about who we are and being authentic and, you know, letting our guard down a little bit, being able to show our true selves, you know, our true colors. It's like that's going to be what's really going to be what's winning us real value in the long term. So again, love yourself, make decisions that reflect that self-love, and you'll get what you want in the end. And that means not settling for what you don't want in the meantime. So just because something starts showing up, it doesn't mean that that might be the right thing. You know, it might be, it might not be. So you have to discern that. But if you really love yourself and you make decisions based on that self-love, then you will be protected to align with what you're going to be the most fulfilled by. All right, y'all. I hope that you have a good week in your love lives. I will see y'all tomorrow for our weekend reading where we kind of reflect on this week's lessons. And yeah, it'll be day 2 of Hanukkah. So I'll see y'all later. Ciao.